The Okavango district urged to register to vote. And in sports, Zebras part ways with head coach Mukhomutsi Bote. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says emerging technologies have the potential to transform and broaden the scope of the diamond industry to build a more sustainable and prosperous sector. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi said this when officially opening the Facets 2023 Diamond Conference in Gaborone this morning. Tlotlang Matlabapiri.
Botswana's achievements in the past decades are a testimony to how diamonds are an agent for change, catalysts for progress, and vehicles for economic and social upliftment. Therefore, the hosting of 400 industry experts who will speak to issues of sustainability, value chain development, and evolution of the diamond industry at the ongoing Second Facets 2023 Diamond Conference attests to the type of reputation she has. This year's conference will zoom in on how to transform and change into sustainable models that will anchor the positive impact of the industry for generations to come through innovation and the use of emerging technologies.
Emerging technologies such as nanotechnology hold promise in diamond processing. Nanodiamonds, tiny diamond particles, have a range of applications from medical imaging to quantum computing. By exploring these novel avenues, we can broaden the scope of the diamond industry and create new economic opportunities. This, my friends, is mindset change.
Botswana has grown from a nation that only a few decades ago used to be unsure of its capacity to host events of this magnitude and global reach, to a country that is now a regular host to big events. Such a rapid growth is only but a testament of the transforming impact of diamonds to this country's economy.
Meanwhile, for the past 4 years, synthetic diamonds have emerged to be a strong and dominant product that is eating on the market share of the natural diamonds, a pressing concern that President Masisi says Botswana and other diamond-producing countries should deliberately address with wisdom.
Key to maintaining a thriving market for natural diamonds lies in effective segmentation and marketing. Segmentation in this context refers to the practice of categorizing diamonds based on their origin, whether natural or, yes, from a petri dish. It aims to preserve natural diamonds as a premium product that commands a significantly higher price per carat than the LGDs. We should not merely compete on price, but also highlight the unique and impeccable qualities of natural diamonds.
We are the only diamond center in the world that doesn't give a platform to synthetic diamonds. Botswana and Antwerp are fully aligned on this. We are dealing in a valuable, limited product of nature, whilst they are cheating the consumer when charging $5,000 for a $200 product.
As more than 60% of the world's natural diamonds are mined in Africa, President Masisi emphasized the need to nurture and empower the next generation of diamond professionals as they hold the potential to enrich the industry with fresh perspectives, creativity and resilience, making it a force for positive, transformative and sustainable growth. Tlotlang Matlabapiri, BTV News, Gaborone.
Botswana has been hailed for maintaining an impressive natural resource management policy which greatly benefits citizens. This was the overarching message of the Chief Executive Officer for Antwerp World Diamond Center, Mr. Ari Epstein, during the official opening of the Facets Conference in Gaborone.
The second edition of the Facets Conference, hosted for the first time in the African soil, is purposed to set a stage for the open, high-level dialogues on the use of diamonds as agents of change to drive economic growth in the African continent and improve the standards of living of people globally. Botswana was extolled for her clear vision and responsible use of diamonds to significantly contribute to human development.
Like Belgium, home to a close to 600-year extraordinary, innovative, and multinational diamond trading community, Botswana is a country that takes its leadership position extremely seriously. It is doing so with a clear vision in mind: to increase local value addition and boost sustainable national socio-economic development and diversification through its natural resources.
EU, with the long-lasting relations with Botswana, affirms the commitment to help her to foster economic development and partnerships towards private-led economy.
Private sector investment is also vital to sustaining your economy, along with your commitment to democracy and stability, and of course, your strategic location in Southern Africa. That's why, dear President, you remember that I immediately supported your ambition to host the Secretariat of the Kimberley process.
Keeping up with the changing global trends and learning to navigate different challenges in the diamond industry is said to be key.
Economic shifts, technological advancements, and evolving consumer preferences create a dynamic environment that demands adaptability. Therefore, it is our responsibility as diamond-producing countries and key stakeholders to navigate these challenges with wisdom, with foresight and collaboration, as well as ensuring that the industry's positive impact resonates far into the future.
The diamond industry is a powerful engine for economic and social development, and through the hub of Antwerp, both. Yet, conflict diamonds have fueled many of Africa's most devastating civil wars. And natural resources should never finance war or human rights abuses. Rather, they should breathe life into peace and prosperity and economic development.
A two-day FASES conference is also hoped to empower African diamond professionals with knowledge, skills, and sense of purpose for the growth and advancement of the diamond industry. Geletleletswe, Somolekai, BTV News.
The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, today launched the Development Manager Model, which is aimed at improving delivery of government projects. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says government has injected 13 billion pula towards infrastructure projects, which will be implemented through the Development Manager program across the country. Kigantse Kumalo.
Government has over the years grappled with delays in completion of projects, poor quality and cost overruns brought about by contractors. These challenges compelled government to design a concept which will assist it in doing things differently in terms of project implementation, hence the establishment of the Development Manager Model. The model will facilitate construction and refurbishment of major projects selected under the Transitional National Development Project, such as roads, hospitals and schools.
The development managers will, on behalf of government, manage the construction of projects from inception to close out. The development managers will carry construction-related risks. This is a real departure from the practice where government was always carrying the burden of the construction risk. The DM will ensure the engagement of citizen-owned companies. They will engage them and they will push them and demand and pay.
The work of delivering projects depends on all of us. Let us all do our best to ensure that we succeed in delivering projects. Let us remember that our citizens are looking up to us to improve their livelihoods.
9 development managers have been tasked with the responsibility of ensuring government gets value for money in project delivery when signing contracts that will guide their responsibilities and obligations. These project managers committed to employment creation through engaging Botswana-owned companies.
We are given the responsibility to design and build. This means that we cannot blame the government or the contractor if things don't go well. We will have to we will be to blame, and the risk of design and delivery is all ours. The 9 development companies appointed are well experienced in this model and properly resourced to deliver our infrastructure projects. Most of these companies are international and have experience having worked in Europe and across the African continent, and also deeply rooted in Botswana.
There are a number of project offerings that we have agreed in cabinet and that we have to undertake, and that the belief is that the development managers are the best people to undertake that.
Moreover, a catalyst project team comprising of government professionals was appointed to ensure that government procurement processes are observed during the development management journey. Kikanse Kumalo, BTV News, Gaborone.
President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says government is encouraged by the manner in which citizens of Botswana and Namibia have embraced the use of identity cards at border crossings. Speaking when welcoming the High Commissioner-designate of Botswana to Namibia, Phemelo Rankoro, the president called on him to wholeheartedly represent Botswana and work tirelessly to cement relations between the two countries. The president added that the High Commissioner Rankoro joins the Foreign Service at a time when Botswana and Namibia relations are at their strongest.
And so you go there and represent Botswana government and myself in the execution of the duties in fostering our foreign policy in Namibia. Botswana and Namibia are extremely close. The president of Namibia and the president of Botswana are extremely close. So begin by expressing our fraternal greetings and admiration, fondness to the President of Namibia, the people of Namibia, and express the goodness of the people of Botswana as we pour these on them. Do share with the President and the government of Namibia that we wish nothing but the very best for them, and particularly for our relations. And we're deeply touched by the embracing of the use of our IDs to cross our borders. From our side, it's been seamless. We want to do more.
And I wish to promise you and your government and the people to do nothing but the best for that assignment. I've garnered a little bit of insights in what I'm expected to do, and I'll also use my experience to explore and bring other opportunities between the two countries.
The president of the ruling Botswana Democratic Party, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, implored residents of Hudigwa in the Okavango district to register to vote or when voter registration starts next month. He further said residents should register even if they're not aligned to any political party, in order to have an opportunity to cast their vote for their representatives during the 2024 general elections. He said this when welcoming 327 new members from various political parties in Hudigwa recently. Tiny Tsukudu.
In the last elections, Okavango region was running with a single constituency. Furthermore, delimitation exercise added in a new constituency being Okavango East, which needs representatives. Members of BDP were urged to vote for their parliamentary and council candidates in the next BDP primary elections, who are committed, hardworking and trustworthy to serve the nation diligently.
Irangore, lintumele mu parlamente onka verganai. Habeli tike, lisinken oliga mutopang, oile ngure gara haki kanoka, hongwe ganna tona, kana mutisa tona. Lintsinkele mo parlamento ile gore gongwe ka re harika no ka le party ra senka mo eteli pele wa ntwa ya parlamente ka nti mothuso wa gago mo gwene ka tla be le go ketsa thumo a lona ha ke bue ka ope ke ra gore le lona ba le batlang go ema ditlopo le tsimola go itlhatlhoba le ire le party sentle o skware o tsena hela ka gore.
New members were updated about developments in the region and were urged to use government initiatives to better their lives.
Kwesi wa me monna me ke utlwile o lela thata ka tsela. Tsela e ga se wena la le rona re lela ka yone. Mme ke re tlhomamisetsa gore tsela eo e tlile go dirwa ka gore le madi a yone a teng. Ke ne ka go ko parlamenteng ke rumile jaaka party e nthumile mme parlamente ya re bola madi a so madi a tsela eo go tswa go maung go ta go fitla go a teng a je don't crack ke le ruto e sa madomi gore jaaka mananeo a ntse a tswa a ine rona ba ileng gore ra a tsa re tsamaya ka one re bua ka one re ipela ka one.
Dr. Masisi welcomed the new members with jubilation and urged them to recruit other residents of the Okavango district to the party. Taini Chukudu, BTV News, Gutigwa.
Botswana Energy Regulatory Authority, BERA, informs the public that the retail pump prices for petrol grades, diesel and illuminating paraffin will be adjusted as follows. Retail pump price of unleaded petrol 93 will be increased by 61 thebe per litre. Retail pump price of unleaded petrol 95 will be increased by 61 thebe per litre, while retail pump price of diesel will be increased by 1 pula 6 thebe per litre, and retail pump price of paraffin will be increased by 97 thebe per litre. The changes take effect from midnight tonight, and the adjustments are based on the analysis of the movement of petroleum products prices for the month of September 2023. Average Brent crude oil price increased by 8.8% from $85.10 in August 2023 to $92.59 per barrel in September 2023. Both the crude oil price and refined product prices have been increased since July 2023. Between August and September 2023, prices of petrol grades, diesel and illuminating paraffin increased by 2%, 4.39% and 5.48% respectively. The increase in international oil prices continues to be influenced by supply-related factors. Moving on, farmers in Ngamiland who received bulls through the presidential initiative have been encouraged to adhere to Department of Veterinary Services best practices so that the bulls benefit them in the long run. The exercise to donate 40 bulls in the Northwest District concluded on Sunday with the Minister of Communications, Knowledge and Technology, Mr. Thulaganyo Sohoko, rounding off in Komana and Shashe Cattle Post in Maung West constituency. Batani Mando.
The exercise to donate 40 bulls in 4 constituencies, being Maung East, Maung West, as well as Ngami and Okavango, as promised by the President, Dr. Mokhweti Masisi, came to an end over the weekend. In Komana Cattle Post, in Maung West constituency, Mr. Hairutwe Baitatile is the recipient of the bull donation after he was able to bounce back from the setback of the CBPP disease, which wiped off cattle in Ngami.
Compensation a gone le dikgomo di le 37 hela yaanong through good management practices e leng gore ra e rotloetsa re la gone bo go kentisa ga dikgomo o di thibela mo malwetsing gone bo go tsenya ga manyena le gone go kwala o itse gore go iragala mo morakeng o na kgona go oketsa palo ya dikgomo tsa gagwe
boye ga e tlo go nna ya mehela ke na le baagisanyo gone ha ba ile ke tshela le bone e tlo go anama ke malebo a matona ke setsa malebo a mantsi thata
e ta tlhoka batho rotlhe ba thota gore re babalele maiteko kana maikaelelo a mototegi tautona le puso ya etele sempele a diragale.
Minister Sohoko, who was handing over these quality bulls on behalf of the president, assured these farmers that government value cattle farming as it has the potential to drive the economy and accelerate the achievement of Vision 2036.
Molaetsa lo utlwa ga tautona a re re tokatse ka re dirang ka teng re change batho betso re tshware ka natla re tetle re hitlhelle maikeello a re nang nao a gore e be re le tšhaba e leng gore ga ya sadisa ope Motswana ko morago ha re bua ka itsholelo ya rona.
Ke a mo leboga thata le barongwa ba gage tota ke a ba leboga a be ke leboga ke re modimo ko one o ba leboge ke a betse gongwe le ngwe go a tsamaya teng modimo mo etele pele.
Re leboga thulaganyo e ya ga tautona ba gaetso ha e le gore go na le bangwe ba tabang ba sa e bone go taba go palegile ka gore o ka nna sehuhu mme ditsebe tsone di a utlwa tiro tsa tautona a di dirang.
Farmers have been encouraged to prepare themselves for the rollout of artificial insemination campaign in their regions, which is aimed at improving the quality of breeds and increase cattle population. Bethany Manto, BTV News.
The Minister of Communications, Knowledge and Technology, Mr. Thulaganyo Sogokgo, has affirmed Botswana's commitment to utilize technology that supports easy and smooth communication and also improves access to essential services. Mr. Sogokgo said this at the Technology and Skills Transfer Makeathon Botswana meeting organized by Human Resource Development Council, HRDC, in Gaborone. Tsorofelo Tombale.
As technological advancements are vital to grow Botswana's economy, the Technology and Skills Transfer Makeathon Botswana is seen as a perfect platform to share ideas and viable programs that complements one of government's priority areas of embracing the use of technology. One of the milestones made is encouraging and supporting learners to be resolute and intentional in working hard in science and mathematics subjects, as they are ideal and prerequisites for creating innovative technological products to benefit humanity.
By embracing technology advancements and prioritizing investments in research and development, Botswana will enhance its competitiveness and create high-value employment opportunities. Furthermore, a robust knowledge economy fosters continuous learning, skills acquisition, and entrepreneurship, all vital components of long-term economic growth.
The Makeathon aims to facilitate the development of critical robotic skills among participants, the young people here, through innovation and creativity, in the hope that we can ensure skills transfer. We hope to provide an open innovation space for the next few days and beyond that will stimulate creativity through the connecting of researchers, innovators, and industry players.
The minister said it is the youth that will lead the drive towards a knowledge-based economy and shared his ambition to make Botswana a technologically advanced nation.
The global innovation index that ranks world economies according to their innovation capabilities has ranked Botswana 85th out of 132 economies and third amongst 28 economies in the sub-Saharan Africa. I want us to be number one in Africa. I want us to move from position 85 to be well below position 50.
Students from Masunga Senior, Rainbow Secondary, and Lincoln University will compete on creating a robotic arm and designing a hydroponic farming system, among other innovations. Tsolofelo Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
In a bid to promote local exploration and invigorate the tourism sector, the Botswana Tourism Organization is on a drive to encourage citizens to visit local tourism areas. Karabo Mulusi.
The eastern part of the country is enriched with tourist attractions such as the four dams, cultural heritage and natural resources, unique landscapes, wildlife and accommodation facilities that Botswana can explore on domestic tourism travels.
We have heritage sites tse di leng teng ka kwano ebile mahelo a ka kwano ke mahelo a mantle a ka mahelo a bobiro e leng gore ha o tsamaya yana it's a very scenic area e leng gore o ka ja bojana la kwano o itlhabisa pheho be re na le gone gape mo e leng gore we have a lot of wildlife this side e leng gore Motswana o ka tla tota hela ire di game drive just to enjoy re na le around over 30 tourism operators ba e leng gore ba ile di package tse di harologaneng di package tse e leng gore tsone mahelo a ntseng ke bua a bojanala ba di dirile gore Batswana ha bata kwano a kgone go reka package a tsamaile family ya gagwe and see these beautiful areas.
Domestic tourism travels promote nation building, environmental conservation and security among other aspects.
Nako ngwe go nna le the systems tse di tshwana di tropical cyclones and so forth. Tseo di bo right thata mo motho. So rona re le batepoloa peritse di trajectory kore ko di tlo di tsamela teng even if there are changes ra itse re dibile di satellite dilo tse dingwe le go bona gore nya ba ka ya kwa ba ska ba ya kwa go gona ha re le bothokwa teng even none airline industry ga gona flight machine e ka tsamayang ya mahatshatse e sa tsa weather.
Re terele mbe fande we offer services re na le yone office service ya funeral and maitso e le gore mo go le re thusa la ka madi ya kana ka 7500 pula go thusa bona ba lelapa go boloka yone go tlhokagetse mo kotsing ya tsela re na le yone benefit ya loss of support e leng gore yona re be re thusa di beneficiaries of the deceased re na le benefit yone ya medical assistance e leng gore yona ha go lahetse ya la mo kotsing ya koloi re thusa ya le go facilitate gore o bone dithuso tsa bongaka.
Heading towards the festive season in just 2 months, it's anticipated that Botswana will embrace the domestic tourism travels concept to boost the tourism industry. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Silibi Pigwe.
The Minister of State President, Mr. Kabo Moroing, says government is committed to changing the lives of Botswana through farming. Minister Moroing, who was donating 3 cemental and a red Brahman in Daunara, Tutsube, Komana and Totem villages, said the government will continue supporting farmers to ensure they become successful in their farming and contribute positively to the economy. Love more, Mario.
Presenting the bulls to the beneficiaries, Minister Moroing said the Presidential Bull Donation Initiative is aimed at improving the quality of livestock, increasing their numbers, and also improving the quality of meat. He added that the government led by Dr. Masisi wants to see Botswana progressing well in farming and becoming self-reliant.
Abare khakolole ka ke se ga rona abare rotloetse gore re le Botswana a re boele mbongwa o nya rona mo segaroneng sa gore yo khonang a bela yo mo lenaneo le khasela puso ke lenaneo le motlotlegi mogolo raetso tautona a di khethetseng a di tlhophetseng gore e re le mororo mmuso lone o na le mananeo a harologanyeng a temothuo la leruo a ba dira thulaganyo ye gore mpa nna ka namana ka sebelebele ke a bele Batswana ba ga rona.
Miss Yarubi Samati of Daunara in the Okavango Delta and Miss Lisha Hetzibendu of Komana received a cemental bull and red Brahman respectively. The beneficiaries promised to take care of the bulls to increase their heads and produce quality breeds.
Di godise bongwanake di kukumane tsa me tse di teng ke gakoloela gore di setse di le ko tase mme ke lebohela tautona ha mphile mpho e tona e ke bona gore tota ke lebohetse gore modimo a mpone
mpho e ke solohela jana gore e ta hetola botshelo jwa me e be hetola le botshelo ba ga rona mo tikologong ke rapela modimo gore Eskayata kana ja boikgodiso ka re ke tshela ke le nosi mme mona go e ke supile gore ke na le batsalwa le nna ba ke tshelang le bone ba ke jang le bone.
Minister Moroing also donated bulls to 2 other farmers in Tsutsubeha and Totem, be Mr. Makushe Rukuru and Mr. Boifa Museu respectively.
Miki lebohile thata mongami lona bolemphile pho le batho ba batšhile le nibemba mi bote ha ke ne leboga thata le mphile mpho e molemo
ya na gompieno yana ke itumela hela mo ere gore bile ke ipona gore kante ke motho na ntse ke ntse mo le hatsire ntse ke
simolotse ke lema batsadi ba me mme go lema game ke ne ke patagantse le kgomo mme kgomo e ka e sala morago thata ka re le ene na mpoleletsang thare ngwanaka o sale kgomo e morago mme ha o e setse morago jale ta go ba go gongwe ta go boloka.
All the 4 bulls donated are said to be in good condition and have 0 infections of any disease. Love Mo Mario, PTV News, Daunara.
Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. BOTSWANA Maseko, says government is on a mission to diversify the economy by upscaling agricultural production to tap into lucrative beef markets. Dr. Maseko said this when handing over bulls to some farmers as part of the presidential bull donation drive in the Ngami constituency. Neo Mudungwa.
Mr. Tsotlego Onneile of Motsintsila Cattle Post in Botlhatlogo received a Sussex bull he named First Touch, becoming the latest beneficiary from the Ngami area to benefit from the President's Bull Donation Initiative.
Ke amogela ke diata tse pedi. Ke a lebogisa ke amogela yana ke amogela gore e ntshe mo tlhoke le tego ya gogong. Ke teng tsholetse emperekele le baagisani ka nna.
Meanwhile, in Somolo Cattle Post in Budibeng village, Mr. Gitumetse Orateng welcomed his Brahman bull, the latest addition to his kraal.
Makeleboge botsadi yote yo boha. Me keleboge tautona.
This bull donation initiative could go a long way in spiraling the country from a low-income to a high-income economy, which happens to be one of the Botswana's priority areas. Neo Mudungwa, Botswana Television, Botlhatlogo and Budibeng Cattle Posts.
Unsafe use and exposure to radiation energy is cited as a threat to public health and as such needs frequent monitoring in order to avoid possible risks. Stakeholders directly involved in the radiation energy field are currently in Gaborone to discuss various issues affecting the sector. Yengamali Moyo.
Over the years, Botswana has been using self-assessment tools designed by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, for occupational radiation protection. The self-assessment results has indicated that the country needs improvements in some areas, which delegates are expected to visit to thoroughly inspect for safe usage of radiation energy.
Industries that are licensed to and are regulated by RPI are in the health, mining, construction, agriculture, and research and education sectors. Numbers of radiation sources and radiation workers around the country are also led by the health sector.
The IAEA statute authorized the IAEA to establish safety standards to protect health and minimize danger to life, property, and furthermore, to provide assistance for the application of the safety standard in the member state.
The team will be here, and starting from today, we are starting, and we'll end our mission on Friday. At the end of the mission, we will provide a report, a preliminary report, after 1 month of completion of the mission, and then the final report will come within 20 weeks.
The appraisal mission also comes at an opportune time, as the government is currently reviewing legislation and best practices in the radiation space.
We presume, or we are sure that people, the managers, the licensee or the owners of productions are taking care of their workers because they do follow the radiation protection program that would have been signed between themselves and the RPI, and they follow it to the letter.
We also have to ensure that we continuously comply with the international basic safety standards for protection against ionizing radiation, and for the safety of radiation sources, as said by the International Atomic Energy Agency.
Currently, IAEA provides service on radiation safety to its member states, and Botswana is said to be on a good path. An expert's inspection across the country will further cement its quest for the best standards of employees in the sector. Yengemali Moyo, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Edwin Dikoloti, says the Johnny Play Center project at Sekitumile Masire Teaching Hospital will assist and nurture the emotional well-being of children admitted at the hospital to ensure they emerge from their healthcare experiences with brighter smiles and stronger spirits. He stated this during the official opening of the Pediatric Play Area project, which was funded by FNB Botswana. Unalethata Mutanka.
Hospitals by nature are not a place that invoke warm memories, and for many is a stark reality of life that one would rather forget. However, the FNBB Foundation has changed that narrative by bringing hope and positivity into the lives of those who need it most by transforming this pediatric waiting area at Sekitumile Masire Teaching Hospital into a fully fledged children's play center at a cost of over 665,000 pula. Officially opening the play center, named Johnny Play Center in memory of the late statesman Sekitumile Johnny Masire, the Minister of Health stated that its impact on the pediatric health remains immeasurable.
This initiative was designed with a very clear mission in mind, which is to provide a safe, fun, and nurturing environment for our little ones to heal, recover, and simply be children. It's a home away from home.
FNBB Chief Executive Officer Mr. Stephen Bogatsu noted that in recognition that the healing journey of pediatric patients is challenging, the hope is that the play center will play a crucial role in expediting that.
This project is more than just a donation. It represents our single-minded care to the well-being of our children. The Johnny Play Center embodies hope, healing, and happiness. The center, valued at a total of 665,000, has brought a vision into reality.
On behalf of the government of Botswana, the Ministry of Health, the SKMTH Board, management, and our children, we would like to thank the First National Bank of Botswana Foundation for this donation from the bottom of our hearts. We look forward to your continued support as you extend the project across a pediatric space which has 70 admission beds.
The construction of the Johnny Play Center was done by a Botswana interior architect as a way of contributing to the growth and development of citizen empowerment.
The Directorate of Public Prosecutions in Kasane is prosecuting 61 criminal cases registered since February. Amongst them are attempted murder, rape, defilement, as well as gender-based violence offenses. The situation, they say, is concerning, particularly violent offenses. Kiso Taimani.
Of the 61 cases recorded, 38 are said to be gender-based violence-related cases, proof that the GBV is on the rise. With the festive season approaching, indications are that these figures will only but increase. The Ministry of Justice has therefore taken a deliberate decision to raise the charges of GBV-related offences so as to curb the problem. More so that Botswana is the second leading in GBV cases globally.
Mo penal coding erne re bakanya before ngwaga wa 2021 netere ga o reipile o thubeditse ka molao maka strata minimum na go atholela 10 years. Yaanong re okeditse minimum ya gona 20 years.
Even though the residents are concerned at these statistics, they had more pressing concerns which they raised to the relevant authorities.
Re bogodu jo bo diragalang mo go yone re belaela gore ke jo bo tswang ka kwa ga o ya go police station a gongwe go ithela koloi e 1 mapolisi ya mararo
a jana go na le pavement e le mo motseng go na le di-calvete tse e le gore ka tsone na ga re di lebeletse ka matho a rona a senang gongwe mo puleng eta o ngeta ra go ithela le gore dilo tse di setse di tserwe ke metsi
ra dumela bo agolo anong go thoka rona re le sepodisi re le setšhaba gore re eme ka dinao re bolwantshe
mosologetse gore paving e ke paving ya boleng jo bo kwa godimo.
The victims of GBV are urged to report such cases and refrain from dropping the charges because they eventually suffer the consequences as perpetrators get off scot-free. Kitso Temane, BOTSWANA Television, Pandamatenga.
Liza Osakeng is standing by to give us the latest in sports. Liza?
Hi, Khomuso, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very well. It's so good to see you on a Tuesday.
Latest developments at Zebras?
Of course.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you so much, Khomuso Mapani. Good evening. My name is Liza Osakeng with your World of Sport. And starting off with football news, Mokhomotsi Mpote has been fired as Zebras head coach. According to a statement from Botswana Football Association, the decision to relieve Mpote of his duties follows an internal assessment of the current status of the senior national team, the Zebras, and where they believe it should be. The shocking news comes with just under a month before the team starts the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, where they will be taking on Guinea and Mozambique at Obed Itani Chilume Stadium in Francistown. Botswana Football Association says the decision to fire Mpote, who took charge last year, was taken with the interest of the Zebras at heart, with the team currently ranked 149th in the FIFA World Rankings. According to the media release, the BFA Executive Committee has already kicked off the process of replacing coach Mpote. The last match for Mpote was a 2-1 victory against the Eswatini in a friendly game played last week, Monday. JBC of Zimbabwe thumped Munali Suns by 27 points last night at UB Indoor Arena to move on to the next round of the qualifiers for the 2024 Basketball African League. JBC blowout victory over Munali from Zambia ensures that they top Group D log standings, which included Botswana Basketball Association League champions Dolphins and UNAM Wolves from Namibia. Tlamelo Munsusi has the full report.
Dolphins went into the clash after defeating UNAM Wolves and losing against the host Dolphins over the weekend. The team from Zimbabwe was well aware that a win here will secure them a top spot and wasted no time as they piled on the pressure on the Suns. In the second quarter, it looked like a blowout was already on the cards, going into the break with a huge 42-19 lead. Although Mutali Suns made a small run in the second half, JBC put a stop to that as the match wore on, as they dominated both sides of the floor to record a comfortable 87-50 victory.
We knew if we ran them in transition, they did not have answers for us. So we executed our game plan, and we eventually went to a two-tempo game, and just to maintain the win. We've been having a very, very bad second half in Gaborone of late. So we needed to manage our second half because that has been our Achilles heel in this tournament. So I'm happy the lads listened and we executed our plan.
The game plan was to stop their transition, win the boards, but unfortunately they came hard on transition, and they were brilliant on rebounding.
JBC's victory meant that the last match of the day between Dolphins and struggling UNAM Wolves of Namibia was just a positional standing on the log. However, the home side Dolphins approached the match knowing that they needed to run off the tournament on high to secure a second place, which should give them a chance to be selected as the best number 2 team. Trinos Moyo's men had a slow start as they could not open a sizable gap going into the break, leading 29-28. In the second half, Dolphin had team stars in the likes of Kesao Bakandawanyana and Tito Gaborone, making run after run to take control of the contest, opening up 61-36 lead. Dolphins were led by Tito Gaborone, who scored 18 points as they finished the match with 75-43 to finish in second place.
I just think that basketball should be given a chance, man. We just need a chance. As you can see, compared to other countries in the southern region, if we beat the team that has qualified, we're the only team that beat the team that has qualified, JBC from Zimbabwe. So that shows that we're not bad, we're okay. So I just hope that people will look at basketball differently and see that we are trying, and all we need is just a chance.
JBC will now compete at the Elite 16 Division East after topping Group D. Dolphins' 2 wins from 3 ensured that they finished second, followed by Mutali Suns, while Unam Wolves rounded the group in the 4th spot. Tlamelo Monsusi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And finally, the match between Mamelodi Sundowns and Petro Atletico from Angola ended in a goalless draw this evening in the second leg of the African Football League tournament at Loftus Stadium in Pretoria, South Africa. The result means Sundowns are through to the semi-finals of the campaign with 2 goals scored on aggregate after their 2-0 victory in the first leg, courtesy of goals from Marcelo Allende and Thapelo Maseko at 11 de November Stadium in Luanda, Angola on Saturday. In the other quarter-final match, Simba SC from Tanzania bowed out of the championship following a 1-1 draw against Egypt's Al Ahly in the second leg clash earlier at Cairo International Stadium. Kanaute gave the visitors a lead in the 68th minute before Karaba's equalizer in the 76th minute opened the doors for Al Ahly to the semi-finals. Simba and Al Ahly played to a 2-2 draw in the first leg at Benjamin Mokapa National Stadium in Dar es Salaam. And that is it for sport this evening. Khomoto Mapani is standing by to give us the reminder of our stories. Mama Pani.
Thank you so much, Liza. Until we meet again tomorrow.
Tomorrow, mate.
I know Morocco. That was Liza Oseken giving us the latest in sports. Right now, let's take a look at leading stories this evening. Emerging technologies said to have the potential to transform and broaden the scope of the diamond industry. Residents of the Okavango district urged to register to vote. And in sports, Zebras part ways with head coach Mokhomotsi Mpote. That's all that we had for you this evening. BTV News ikanyarona hashtag BW Mindset Change ari changing.
Today marks a truly inspirational occasion in driving our national digital transformation agenda and delivering on the promise that the Botswana government made to Botswana.